to the Davis Star Experience.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davis Starr, aka the Big 6 Foot Walking Destruction Machine. And I am here to proclaim that today is your day to acknowledge me as the greatest racer of all time. Holding a controller. I'm kidding. It's David Starr. Welcome to the show today. Today, I am here to discuss something that I take extremely personal. So, let me see if I can get my camera situation here. I already did it, Simone. Calm down. I already did it. I did it. I can't do a wise man voice. You're pushing. Why is this thing vibrating? Oops. Well. I can't do a wise man impersonation, but I guess I can do a little bit of Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream. Dusty Rhodes proclaimed that today is the David Starr's day because he is the biggest, blackest man on the planet. If you will understand something, that big black man is going to decimate everybody that gets in his way because he is the David Starr. If you understand the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Sorry, I can't do any better than that. I know my friend Timoni just popped in her chair, but no, I can't do a. My name is Paul. Hey, see, I can't even get the voice right. Paul's Dusty's voice fits, but Paul's is kind of like Paul's is kind of weird to try to imitate. I can't even. No, I'm not gonna go there because it's gonna sound like a racist thing. But yeah, Dusty Rhodes is about the whitest, blackest dude I ever knew in the wrestling industry. You have some people that would throw Michael Hayes in there, but no. I can't do I can barely do Dusty. I can't do Paul. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I did the entrance. So I don't know if you caught it or not, but hold on. Let me see if I can get this camera situation situated. Let me see how this looks. How do I do this? There we go. I think we got it. Yeah. Welcome to the Davis Star Experience. I am your host with the most, the big friendly ghost. I guess you could say that. I'm not exactly sure how that sounds, but I'm me. Shut up. So today I am coming to you with a situation that I hold very personally because of one of the things that I've had to do in my career. I have had a career doing just about everything. transportation wise, public safety. I've done, whatever. But today I'm coming with a video and a story that is really too crazy to fathom. So there's a story in Florida where a young lady, an 11-year-old girl, was charged with a felony. Okay. This 11-year-old girl has been charged with a felony for, check this out.
Report of a shooting of a 16-year-old girl sparks a massive police and emergency response, but the 911 call is a complete hoax. Tonight, we have the audio and take a look at how prevalent this problem of prank 911 calls is nationally. WLKY's Steve Tellier joins us now from the studio with more. Steve.
Vicki, the suspects in this case are a 12-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy, and the crime police say they committed, calling 911 last week.
Carrollton Police Department.
Hey, I just got shot.
Prank has now brought felony charges. What at first seemed like a prank has now brought felony charges after police say 5 young.
Report of a shooting of a 16-year-old girl sparks a massive police and emergency response, but the 911 call is a complete hoax. Tonight, we have the audio and take a look at just how prevalent this problem of prank 911 calls is nationally. WLKY's Steve Tellier joins us now from the studio with more. Steve.
Vicki, the suspects in this case are a 12-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy, and the crime police say they committed, calling 911 last week.
Carrollton Police Department.
Hey, I just got shot. I need help. I need help. I just got shot.
Where at?
I know.
1:59 p.m. A frantic 911 call comes into Carroll County Central Dispatch.
My daughter.
Who got shot?
My daughter.
Okay, how old is she?
16. Yeah.
16-year-old daughter got shot.
The caller gives no address before hanging up.
Hold on just a minute, ma'am.
But there is no 16-year-old, no shooting, and no emergency. And there's initially no way for police or emergency personnel to know that.
We got this call, and we called for a helicopter instantly because we wanted to stay ahead of the game.
The 30-second call sparked a response that cost taxpayers big money. 2 helicopters, a half-dozen police officers, and an ambulance all rushed to the area.
You're talking law enforcement is driving very quickly. You're talking EMS is responding very fast, which not only puts the emergency services people at risk, it puts the community at risk.
All for a prank call dialed by 12 and 7-year-old boys. Police eventually found the pair hiding in a closet. Costly prank calls are all too common across the country. Most estimates are that around 2 out of every 5 911 calls are either accidents, pranks, or hang-ups. That equals about 100 million such non-emergency calls last year. As for the 2 Carroll County callers, police are pressing for a felony prosecution.
And we're hoping to be able to make some very serious charges against him.
Police also say the 12-year-old boy in this case has made several prank 911 calls in the past. He is currently facing a charge of falsely reporting an incident and could face a felony charge of improper use of a government system. We should also note officers found an adult male hiding in that closet with the 2 boys as well. He was the babysitter and told police he hid because he believed he had a warrant out for his arrest. I'm Steve Tellier, WLKY News.
The 11-year-old girl in this police body cam video is in a whole lot of trouble. She made a fake phone call to 911 saying her friend had been kidnapped. She later told cops she thought it would be funny. Well, they didn't laugh, admonishing her to never do this again. Ann Mercogliano reports.
This 11-year-old is in hot water. She's accused of faking a kidnapping.
I'm not going to do this again.
She thought it was funny and it was a joke and she couldn't get in trouble for it.
Police say the girl texted 911 to say that her friend had been abducted by a stranger in a white van. The girl, who gave a fake name, said she was following the van on the interstate in another vehicle. For the next 30 minutes, she gave updates on the supposed kidnapping. He is tying her up, went one text. He's armed with a gun, said another. Hurry up, please. Deputies tracked the girl's cell phone and then went to her parents' home near Daytona Beach. Imagine their surprise when they confronted her and realized she was just 11 years old.
You can talk to your parents.
They say she fessed up. She stated that she got the idea to prank 911 through a YouTube challenge and thought it would be funny. The arrest report says her father was really upset.
You're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood.
We had a massive police response. What happens if we crash into somebody and somebody loses their life?
Are you hoping that this scares kids into not doing something like this?
It's a life-teaching moment for her, and hopefully it's a life-teaching moment for other young folks that are out there.
I'm not going to do this again.
The child was charged with making a false police report, which is a felony, and misuse of 911. That's a misdemeanor. Police report, which is a felony,
All right. Okay, that's enough. Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to get this, see if I can do this thing. I got this little neck thing. So I'm hoping that this thing actually works. But yeah. So little Miss Muffet decided that she was going to prank call 911 and go on about some cockamamie BS story about somebody, her friend being kidnapped and blah, 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 right? Oh, this is actually pretty cool. I like this. I gotta get used to the side-to-side action though. Oh wow, it actually gripped. That's cool. I got this thing where it kind of like I can go hands-free. Yeah, kind of like this. So I can do what I got to do without and actually have two hands to do stuff and still be, you know, have my ugly mug in the camera. But yeah. So 11-year-old girl gets busted for calling 911 and doing the hoax thing, right? So let me tell y'all why everyone is so pissed off about this situation and why everyone is so mad about the whole situation, and they're mad at the little girl and partially mad at the parents. A few things. Number one, when you misuse 911, okay, you're taking up, and most of you probably know this, but it bears repeating. And this goes along, this is mainly directed toward the younger generation, the young people who think that it's okay to just play around and call 911 and prank call dispatchers and text them and cuss them out and all this and that. Let me tell y'all something. I'm speaking directly to the young people that do this type of dumb shit. Y'all do realize that y'all put people's lives at risk when y'all do these dumbass pranks. Yeah. You put people's lives at risk when you send people off to go look for something that doesn't exist. You put the motoring public in danger. You put yourselves in danger. You put other people at risk. You're a danger to the public because now you're telling people that something is happening when it's not. And then you wonder why when the cops reach you, they're pissed off because it's a lie. But I don't want to preach. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching to the choir here, or sound like I'm just rambling. Let me explain something to everyone, okay? I was a 911 dispatcher for almost 2.5 years. I am extremely close to a lot of first responders. That's police, fire, EMS. So yeah, on their behalf, let me just tell you, and this isn't just to the young people, this is to everyone. This is to anyone that has a phone. Number one, it costs a lot of money to send, like the story with the two boys that called 911. They automatically have to go basically to DEFCON 5 when you call and say, or when someone calls and says, oh, someone's been kidnapped or abducted or whatever. DEFCON 5, I don't care if you're sitting next to your dying mother. You're coming in, you're jumping in a squad car, and you're going to go to this call. You're going to go check the area because anything can happen. They assume that every single time they answer the radio when the dispatcher picks up and says, hey, we have a report of a missing person, blah, 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 here's a description, go get them. That officer's going out there, lights and sirens going. So you know that, woo, 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 and those lights, yeah, get the hell out the way because they're going to go rescue somebody's child. Or at least that's what they believe that they're doing when they're racing through the streets, running red lights, running stop signs to go to this call where this person was last seen. Definitely important that they get there as quick as possible. Now, these officers, I encourage people, if you want to read more on this story, just look up 11-year-old with a felony. There's a video on YouTube that EWU Crime Stories, I think it is, on YouTube. They actually have the body cam footage of the incident. Of the incident itself when they went to go look for the little girl, when they went to go to the little girl's house. So the problem being, people don't realize that they have a lot of technology now. The technology in this day and age is unbelievably good. If you text 911 like she did, it constantly gives a signal as to where you are while you're texting. And even when you stop texting, it's still providing a signal as long as they have the application up. That's how they found the little girl. They kept, when she sent them that last message and said F you or whatever, F off, that's when they was like, oh no, we got to find you. The blessing is that she didn't use a tablet, because a lot of tablets don't have the technology that have the thing to triangulate where you are. So she used her phone. Why an 11-year-old has a phone, I don't know. But I digress. They found her, and you only saw a portion of how pissed off her dad was. Her dad was pissed. Oh, her dad was hot like fish grease. Because he knew what it was. He knew what was going to happen after that. They was going to take her off to jail. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably wondering, oh, why didn't they just let her off? Why didn't they just scare her? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? If they would have just called 911, if she would have just called 911 like 2-3 times and then hung up, then yeah, I could see them being like, all right, we'll throw her in the back of the cop car, we'll preach to her, you know, grab a hot dog, grab some ice cream, and, you know, go on about your business. Problem being, this little girl concocted an entire story based on a YouTube video she saw where in the YouTube video, I guess they did the same thing. oh, 911, yeah, there's a couple driving down the road and they're shooting at each other, and that kind of stupid stuff. They had people racing lights and sirens to her call, looking around the city for someone that didn't exist. Then she reported a man with a gun. Now you got SWAT teams being activated. You got all type of resources. People don't know the first of all, from the dispatcher standpoint, the dispatcher, when she originally hears the call, everything else stops. She's got to get all the information she can on top of dealing with the other incidents that are ongoing on her whatever station that is. She has to deal with all of that and still deal with this. So yeah, it's a lot. It's an awful lot. People don't understand the resources and the danger that comes along with these stupid ass pranks. These pranks are going to get someone killed. Actually, it has gotten someone deleted from existence. I've heard stories about people doing the same thing with the pranks, swatting pranks, and they decide to run up in somebody's house, no knocks, kicking in the door, thinking that somebody's back there doing something, and then the person who's getting swatted thinks that someone's trying to break in their house, and then they run downstairs, and then poof, the magic dragon, you're off to Never Never Land. Next. So yeah, I'd have been a little pissed too. I love how her father basically was like, you see me, because I can't play the whole video, but the dad is pissed. He's upset. Former military veteran. People go up to him all the time, thank you for your service, we appreciate you, blah, blah, blah. And, they give him the respect that he's due, and they even salute him. I do that. I salute people. Anytime I see a serviceman in uniform and I'm in a position to have a close interaction with them, I'll give them a salute like, hey, thank you for your service. But yes, the dad was so hurt because he knew exactly what was going to happen. There was no other alternative. There was no other ending to that situation where she was not going to go in the back of a cop car. She committed a felony. Number one, misuse of 911 services. It is a crime to dial 911 for false reasons. It is a crime to dial 911 repeatedly and just harass the 911 call centers. Illegal. You will go to jail. Funny or no, totally illegal and inappropriate. You're tying up that dispatcher's time. While I'm sitting here dicking around with you on the phone, I got real situations going on that I still have to communicate with my officers for. So yeah, it sucks for that dispatcher because she had to take time out of her day, time out of her shift, send these officers on a wild goose chase. We're calling search and rescue, we're calling SWAT, we're calling all these different functions of government, of law enforcement, to converge on one location to try to locate someone who's been kidnapped and whose life is in danger. Honestly, part of me feels bad for that little girl because her life could possibly now be ruined because of her being a kid. But from the public safety side, I can't say I really feel bad behind what happened because this needs to stop. These pranks, all this shit needs to stop. We gotta can't happen. It cannot happen. So no, I don't necessarily feel bad behind that situation because when you do stuff like that, imagine if, like he said, imagine if someone would have gotten hurt racing to that little girl's house, racing to wherever she did send them officers and was doing whatever. She had these people racing through the streets looking for a vehicle that didn't exist. Lights and sirens, everybody's going. I remember hearing a report, something to the effect of somebody pranked a police department and said that an officer was shot. I ain't even got to tell you what happens when you hear the words officer down on the radio. Everybody and their mama come running. And the officer, he basically said it. He was like, imagine if one of us would have gotten hurt. I mean, when they got to this boy's house, yo, mom, dad, go in the house because I got to have a conversation with your son. They cussed this boy out. Cussed him out. Y'all can't do that. Can't do that. The risk is too great to be running around here doing all this dumb shit. Hold on. Let me read the comments. The second one is the one I knew about, and the girl's dad is a vet. Yep. He said it. He was like, man, I can't believe this. That dad was so pissed off. He was done. He was not for the games. Like, why would you do something like that? He was hurt. That was embarrassment that he felt. You got to see the video. You got to go on there and watch. I believe it's hold on. I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second. I got my little gaming. I got to get a gaming set up because I'm trying to go on Twitch. Why does it say game ready? I'd never disinstalled it. What the hell? I believe it's EWU crime stories. It's the last one, the one they just posted. I'm going to see if I can find it. And EWU stands for Explore With Us. They do a lot of interrogation videos and like going back and breeding and like old cases, like notable cases. They're good with that, going back and like analyzing things. Like they're really, 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 really good. I'm trying to find the actual video that I saw where was it EWU? I'm not sure. But give me a few minutes. I'll find the video and I'll say what it was. She doubled down at first, then admitted to it. Yeah, she did. That's right. Yeah, she did lie to her parents and she lied to the cops and tried to like, oh yeah, I think they said she tried to say her little brother did it. Her little brother, I think she tried to say was behind that and was like, no. What really messed it up was when she texted the 911 dispatcher and was like F off. That's what kind of set it off. Like, oh, okay, yeah, something's definitely up. Okay, man, Joni, where's that video? I know I have it. I saw it. It's like a 20-minute long video, like where it is the body cams. That it might have been on the body cam channel. Yes, there's a thing called EWU body cam, where they do the body cam footage. It showed the one with Marquise Lloyd when he was in the interrogation room all slapped up. And they did the one. Now I'm gonna actually cover this. They did the interrogation video on the 3 boys that unalived those 3 kids. I want to say it was in Florida. The interrogation video was so sad to watch because 2 of the boys had their moms, and the moms were so mad. So oh my God, the one mom. You know what? I think I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on that, and then I'm going to cover when the trial actually starts. I'll try to cover it. Because when I tell you that mom was toe up, oh, she was mad. Her son was charged with M-word. 3 counts. Well, yeah, 3 counts for each victim. The youngest boy, I think they say he was 12. Yeah, they said he was 12. He I don't think they're charging him with the M word, with one of the M words. I think he's basically he's being charged with accessory or something like that. Something to that effect. Then there's the what's the name of that child? Not Nazira Harris, the little girl who got unalived by the uncle. Yeah, that's gonna be a sad thing. They are taking away from real emergencies. The dad of the girl reporting the kidnapping was driving down the road and honestly didn't know she was doing what she was doing because he was paying attention to driving. Yeah, that's why I say I don't like the fact that these kids got these cell phones now, because they're exposed to and are doing really stupid shit. Yeah, it's nuts. It's really nuts how these kids have access to so much out there. You can't call it information because ain't nothing informative about it. They doing these pranks. They think it's funny. They want to do them for YouTube notoriety, and it's getting them felonies. It's getting you felony convictions. It's really sad because, quite frankly, yeah, yeah, it is the EWU body cam, EWU body cam. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can zoom this in.
From someone saying they were behind a car. Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast, and they were on the interstate behind the car.
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call 911.
I didn't talk.
Because you did something stupid.
On July 26, 2023,
That's the little girl. Now, mind you, that was when the little girl, you heard her screaming just now. That's when they told her, hey, I got to tell you something. And of course, they read her Miranda rights and she freaked the hell out and was like, oh, I'm not going. No, you're going, little girl. You're going to get your little ass in that car and you're going to go take that ride for lying and putting people's lives at risk. But proceed.
Dispatchers in Volusia County receive urgent 911 text from a driver who claims to be following an armed kidnapper's van on the interstate. When they trace the phone, however, they learn the messages are coming from a residence in Port Orange, turning a plea for help into an unexpected lesson in consequences.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old, that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
The following report is
I bet you ain't going to do it again. You going to jail, homie. You going to jail, baby girl. It's a wrap.
45 a.m. when 911 begins receiving texts from someone named
You are going to the big house, to the slammer.
Van on the interstate, and updates are still pouring in. Volusia County deputies, multiple area police departments, and a helicopter join the urgent search. When they fail to locate the van, the deputy tries calling the phone number that's been...
Now, you heard what he said. He said multiple agencies and a helicopter. Do y'all have any idea how much it costs to start a helicopter? Do you, when you see accidents on the interstate and they have to send a helicopter from where they're at to medevac someone out, that's $10,000 per turnkey, 10 grand a pop. When I had my seizure, the first thing I asked them, I was like, the second thing I asked them, what happened? How'd I get here? Did I have to ride in a helicopter? Because I'm like, y'all not sending me a $10,000 bill. But go ahead.
And sending the text messages.
Hello? Hi. Is this the... What's your name?
I'm going to fast forward it. and mainly show the part where the parents are freaking out now.
I didn't mean to call that because But you did.
Reports show that the number belonging to Ava dialed 911 at 9:30. When asked where the emergency is, a female identified as possibly a juvenile responded, "I'm sorry, I dialed the wrong number." The same phone number would later begin texting 911 to report the kidnapping.
When did I'm just so confused. I'm sorry. When did you got a message about an interstate?
So there was a text message from someone saying they were behind a car.
Did I call this back?
Was kidnapped. Their friend was kidnapped from a Chick-fil-A in Palm Coast, and they were on the interstate behind the car.
What time was this?
This is this is today. This
we
actually
got
going on
home
right
at 2:30 in the morning.
now. Okay.
So we were here the whole time since 2:30. We were on the interstate coming home from
Everything's showing
Pennsylvania.
Right.
You called
We showed up here like 2:10, 2:15.
Okay.
And we went to bed.
But these 911 calls
For
now.
this morning. You were calling 911.
She was on the road with them sending these messages.
Did they say anything to you? No one said anything to you?
Did you say, Ava, you have to explain what happened here. Something's going on. What did you know? What do you know?
Mikey, go inside. Ava, get your shoes on. Come out here.
That's when the dad started putting everything together like, oh, really?
Just to know and understand, because this is like weird.
Because we got to make sure that there's not somebody that's being kidnapped on the interstate and we're trying to find them. And
Open your mouth if you said something on the phone.
I didn't say anything.
Everything on your phone is telling me that you made a phone call to 911.
But
Pause real quick. Educational. So you can actually text 911. There's a service called Text to 911, in case you did not know. If you're ever in a situation where you cannot physically make a phone call to 911, but you see something, you actually can text 911. And there is a service where most dispatchers in the country are trained on, where you are able to respond from your call station to the text to 911. So you can communicate with dispatchers while you're giving them your location and all that. The main thing is they want location first. So when you give them the location, then they'll respond or whatever. You can hang up the phone or disconnect or whatever and go on about your business. That's apparently what she used when they were on the road when she sent these text messages.
While one deputy heads to her cruiser, she greets officers from the Port Orange Police Department who have just arrived at the scene.
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, I was just trying to make him tell that damn call. Where's he notes in it, my God? Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're with the parents and the daughter, and I guess the daughter did have. We pulled up the call log, and she did call 911.
So it's a whole armed kidnapping thing, and all that stuff is bogus, or?
There was no text evidence when we looked through it, so I don't know if she deleted it real quick or if it's like through an app. Yeah, it seems it's probably just this wedding thing. She's like 10 years old. So wow. Yeah.
While Ava's parents demand an explanation, deputies prepare to Mirandize the 11-year-old, who has yet to fully grasp the gravity of the situation.
you just lied to the police and mommy and daddy. You just lied to everybody.
You have 3 shots here for stupidity.
Tell them what you just said to us.
Open your mouth. I'm telling you, open your mouth.
He's going to read you something, and then we're going to ask you some questions. What's your name? Ava? How old are you, Ava?
All right, Miss Ava, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you...
Okay, pause. Now, this is where the dad, I guess after the cop started getting in her shit, the dad jumped down her throat and eventually she confessed. And this is where everything just goes like...
Say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have the lawyer present during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before my questioning if you wish.
We're reading her rights. Because you did something stupid.
Right.
Let me explain something here, okay? You can cry about this. What you've done here is a felony, okay? It's a felony crime, and you probably had 20 law enforcement officers at least helicopter, and all running with lights and siren on high speed to try to apprehend or try to stop a serious forcible felony from happening. Do you know what happens if one of those officers crashes and gets killed on the way to responding to something that you did as a joke? So
I'll spare you the suspense. Manslaughter.
You better take this serious.
Under pressure from both her father and the deputy, Ava offers an excuse for her actions, which doesn't sit well with the deputy.
Ava, you need to tell the exact truth. I don't want a story. I don't care what it is. I want the exact truth.
You can't make this go away by being quiet. The only thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to end up in a pair of handcuffs going to our juvenile facility. I'm not going to mince any words with you. That's a very distinct possibility of what could happen here today. Don't look at your mother. She didn't have any part in this. This was all you.
Yesterday, I think my brother said something about this lady talking about it, and today, and he did all this.
Was he part of planning this with you?
No, he just said it.
What did he say?
He said it was
This is your brother?
Trying to blame her brother for that.
Well, when we're done, will you wait a minute?
Wait. I missed the part. I missed that part in the first time I saw it where it's like Dad said, yeah, I call bullshit. Dad was like, nope, I'm not even gonna go there. Like, nope. Nope. Dad said, I'm not here for the games. Let's see. Well, they are getting notoriety, all right, just not the way they expected. You know what? I'm not even mad at the parents because clearly they didn't, you know what I mean? They weren't involved in that. They didn't even know. So I can't even be mad at them. She texts 911 so that nobody in the car will find out what she was doing. They probably thought she was playing video games instead of FAFO games. Well, yeah, she found out all right. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to keep up with the consequences. She just ruined her whole life because of this, and now you will shutter the consequence. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's done. She definitely done. And you know what? Like I said, I'm not even upset because you're putting lives at risk behind these dumbass pranks.
So you're trying to blame this on your brother? Was he with you when you made this call?
Her brother's 7 years old, and she blamed this on him.
Okay, then you did this. You were on your own for this. And if your brother's 7 years old, you're not going to blame your 7-year-old brother for this. This was all your decision.
Dad's about ready to whoop her ass.
To call 911 to see what? What did he say?
Dad is about ready to grab a belt and haul off and tear her ass up.
So can I ask?
What if he told you to go up on the roof and jump off the roof? Would you do that? What's the difference?
The great rewards hunted.
I hate when people be like, if he jumped off the bridge, would you jump too? Let me tell you something. Stop underestimating people's stupidity.
Cover the startling truth behind Ava's fabricated story. For now, Ava's mother raises concerns about recent questionable activity on Ava's phone, but it does little to impact the situation.
So I have something to do here with that phone.
I think her mom right here was trying to find a way to try to wiggle her way out of it. The mom was pissed, but not as pissed at the dad, but I think she was just trying to figure something out.
4 seconds, there was a phone coming with random numbers, and I didn't know that. And I was saying, block contact, block
All right, we're back. My fault. Had a little unexpected technical difficulty, but we're back.
To be involved in a traffic crash and be seriously injured or killed because you wanted to make a joke? Does that seem funny to you? Would that be funny if that happened? Because I can tell you that would be even more serious than what you're looking at right now.
You physically see your father walk up to sheriff, military, everybody, thank you for your service. And then you do like this?
Though it wasn't captured on camera, reports state that Ava admitted to getting the idea to prank 911 from a YouTube challenge, and a deputy attempts to get more details.
Where was this video that you saw? Where was it? On YouTube? Do you remember who the creator was or who the poster was and what it was about? What do you mean by all of this? This is in what? So it was a video about the Palm Coast Chick-fil-A. That's it. That's all the video was about?
She saw it on her friend's YouTube channel and don't want to snitch. That's what that is. She don't want to tell.
So, yep. So you saw a video that somebody made about how fun it would be to call 911 or text 911 and say if somebody's got a gun, somebody's trying to get hurt. You thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, the brother's like 7.
Is that what you're telling me?
However, Ava is about to realize an apology won't be enough to escape the consequences. Meanwhile, one deputy reveals that he was able to reach Ava by phone just before their arrival and got a less than friendly response from the young girl.
Here it go.
27 minutes, she lied to the dispatcher or the call taker over text, and then when I caught her up, she told me to F myself and stop responding. Cut her up? Like, got her caught up. Like, hey, you know what's up? The jig's up.
That's how she started doing more things.
Mm-hmm.
Based on Ava's statements, deputies decide there's enough probable cause to arrest Ava and prepare to take the 11-year-old into custody.
Freak out in 3, 2, 1.
Listen carefully. Don't make this. No, she'll be up.
Oh, you can stop with all that screaming and hollering, baby girl. It's over.
So stop. Listen to me. Ava, stop struggling. Okay?
Now y'all see they ain't even got them handcuffs all the way on, right?
Listen carefully what's going to happen here. No one's going to hurt you. You're going to sit in the car for now, okay? If you go somewhere, what it's going to involve is taking pictures, taking fingerprints, and then they're going to call your parents to come and get you. So don't make the situation any worse. They'll be up shortly after that. No, you can't go in the car. It just can't happen.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I bet you won't.
To the back of the police car, where her father delivers a few hard truths.
I'm just warning you, you're not going to sit for a couple hours. They're going to be bringing you into a building, fingerprinting you, doing all sorts of stupid or you're stupid. Your life just changed, kid. Over a phone call, your life just changed.
Minutes later, the reality of the situation continues to have an emotional impact on her parents.
This is the best punishment for her right now. So this is the best thing for her because it's not doing it.
It's up for us. I work my off with you to keep this kid doing stuff normal like we did as kids, and this is the she does.
According to a statement from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office,
that was hot.
Ava was charged with making a false police report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner, a felony, and misuse of 911, a misdemeanor. After being processed at the Family Resource Center, she was later transferred to the...
Now, They are trying to upgrade the misuse of 911 to a felony. I have been on the receiving end of a lot of rather vulgar things as a dispatcher, and there's nothing, very little that they can actually do. Now it's a misdemeanor, but they're trying to turn it into a felony. Basically, it'll be the same or very similar to bus operators that get beat up and shot and all that. It's now a felony to assault a employee of SEPTA, MTA, and various other places.
Lucia Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. An experience she is unlikely to forget. We requested more information about her case from the Volusia County Juvenile Court, and they said nothing is releasable.
Imagine if there's... Now, the sad part about it is we may never hear about what happened to that little girl because she's a juvenile. They're probably gonna, do the whole sealing records and shit like that. So, yeah, you're probably not gonna see the resolution of this case. Unfortunately, it is what it is. That's just, that's how they do. They're not gonna release a whole bunch of information on that little girl because she's 11. But I'm gonna tell you what's probably going to happen. I'm not a lawyer. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I can't quote legal statutes and all that. But I will say this: I do believe that little girl is going to end up not having a felony on her record. Let's just be quite honest. I don't see. Can they do it? Are they within their legal rights to do it? Absolutely, they are. They are well within their right to charge her with a felony. They are well within their rights to jam her up for the rest of her life. At the same time, she's 11. If this were a 16-year-old doing this type of thing, I'd be like, no, jam him up, get him up out of here. But we're talking about an 11-year-old girl being stupid. I mean, at the same time, if I have to play devil's advocate, my mom is being bad. 4-year-old calls 911 after mom. Oh, hold on. We got to see that one. Hold up. Hold up. No. I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up basically, she's not going to catch a felony, but she is going to catch a charge. And because of who her parents are, I think they're going to, if the parents didn't give a damn, I don't think this kid would have a shot. But I think they're going to, when they do go before a judge, I think they're just going to be like, look, they're going to downgrade that felony into a misdemeanor. She's going to do community service. And then when she turns 18, her record's going to be expunged. And then she'll be able to live life and do whatever. But I do think she's going to have a hard way to go for the next couple of years. Because that judge is going to be like, we're going to stick on you. So we're going to put you on probation for like 3-4 years. We're going to probation you up for a little bit. We're going to make you sit down for a little while. If you thought the parents were strict, the judge about to make her life even harsher. But yeah, that was the story about the 11-year-old girl who caught a felony. Well, a felony charge. We don't know if she actually was convicted of it. I don't believe they're going to convict her of that misuse of that the felony charge. I mean, it's a possibility because she did indicate that a weapon was used. But I think they're gonna end up probably dropping that charge. And the only charge she may walk away with is the abuse of 911, the misdemeanor, 300 hours of community service, write a letter to the judge. I'm sorry, I was 11. I'm stupid. I won't do it again, blah, blah, blah. She's probably at home right now eating Oreos and drinking hot chocolate. I don't know. But that was it. I just wanted to just come on here and just, because it's personal to me because I've been on the other end of the phone as a dispatcher. And I've heard some wicked shit being called every name but a child of God, being told that I should have been, etc., etc., etc. I can't really say it because of YouTube. Now, I want to hear about this story about this little boy that called the cops on their mama. Hold up. I got to see this. Hold up. Wait.
It is never too early.
Why did no one tell Pennsylvania drivers about this new rule? You are currently insured. Drive less than 50 miles a day.
It is never too early to teach your kids about the proper reasons to call 911.
Have you seen this little boy got upset with his mom for taking his ice cream? He called the emergency line.
No, he didn't.
What's the address of the emergency? My mom is being bad. Okay. What's going on? Oh, this little one got the phone and he's 4. No, I know. I just called the police and I just told her to come and get my mommy. And I just told her. And I just told her to get my mommy and I just told her to put her to jail. So leave me alone. It's just ice cream, so that's probably why he's calling 911.
Oh, Lord. You can hear the 4-year-old in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin.
Oh, Lord.
Going off on mom for eating his ice cream. So he called 911. Sounds like he knows his numbers. The family did not expect officers to show up.
I didn't get ice cream.
So is that why you're upset?
Yeah.
So this is the first time he has ever done anything like this, and how he did it was so impressive. He got on the phone and he told Siri, he said, "Hey Siri, call the police. My mom is being bad."
Oh, he has Siri. In the end, officers went back the next day with ice cream.
His mom is in very good spirits about it all. I would not be able to have said the same for my mother back in the day, just saying. I remember last week, though, when the kid in Oklahoma called 911 for emergency donuts. Yes. Sometimes when you get a craving, you know, you gotta call.
My mother would have said, "Wait till these police officers leave you."
Go get red. Exactly.
Y'all heard what he just said, right? Woo! Boy, I'm gonna tell you something. If I would have did that to Cynthia, if I would have done that to Cynthia, for those of you who are watching this on the playback, and for those of you who know my mother, you know I would be in a box in someone's cemetery right now eating grass. I would be done. She would have tried to get me up out of it if I would have dared call the cops on her. That would have been my ass. But I thank y'all for tuning in today. I'm gonna do the whole Diddy thing, the whole conversation about Diddy. Because apparently they said they got my man look up in there looking like the black Santa Claus. Head full of gray, he looked disheveled, all that. But y'all, I love y'all. Hold on. Why is it always the mom trying to save the brats? Dad's not so much. Moms let them learn the consequences of their actions. You know what? I can't even say in this instance. I think she realized, like, oh shit, she's in a world of trouble. And she tried to think of anything she could to get her out of it, but it was too late. It was just like she was I think she was reaching at that point because she realized, oh my God, like Dad knew the scoop. He knew what was going on from the rip. He knew what was up. Mom was trying to do what y'all know how y'all are. Moms do mom shit. I could be guilty of stealing a car. Y'all could catch me in the damn thing. Running red lights down Callawhill Street, running red lights down Market Street, running red lights down Arch Street, running red lights down Vine Street. And I could be in the car, keys in it, engine running, and my mom would be like, well, maybe Dad's usually try to find the lesson behind the indiscretion. Dads will usually find a way for us to learn a lesson at our detriment at the time. But in the long run, it's for our benefit. Most dads are like that. I'm like that as a father. I try to teach my kids consequences. You know, you can't, you will not escape them. No, I'm not letting you slide. No, you're gonna learn not to do this again. You're gonna learn a lesson. You're going to learn. Moms do what moms do. Moms don't want to see their babies in any kind of shit. Dads, we're a little bit different. Right, because her lawyer will say she's not responsible. Her brand isn't developed. Bush. It was developed enough to know to his, and it denied it. The 4-year-old, mom, so the 4-year-old was cute. Yeah, I got a kick out of that story. That was actually kind of funny. Let's see, but 4 is different from 11. 4-year-old kids think literally, so she stole his ice cream and she wrong in his eye. Hey, look, steal my ice cream. We throwing hands. 4 years old or not, we brawling. We throwing hands. We throwing these cannons. Like, no, you eat my cookies and cream ice cream. I'm gonna throw you halfway across the planet. I ain't playing with you. I'm not playing with you. But no, that's basically it. I ain't want to do this whole long video. I kind of figured, you know what? Since I got my Xbox here, I might as well go ahead and play the video. But yeah, I just want to thank y'all for watching today. I might try to do this with TikTok. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna give it one more go, but I'm gonna talk about something nice and non-stressful. So I love y'all.